Hey guys, it's Felissa Rose, and you're listening to and watching The 13th Wolfman.
Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day 9 of the 31 days of Halloween. And today I'm going to talk to you about another Sam Raimi film. It seems like I'm doubling up on some of his stuff. And we're not even into double digits yet. I did Evil Dead the other day. And today I'm going to do another movie of his, but it seems like it's not as well accepted as a lot of his other films. And that is Drag Me to Hell. I love this movie. I love the idea of this movie. Sure, the CGI in it, when the eyes pop out, looks like crap. And sure, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could say that's bad about this. But this movie is a fun movie. I like the idea of curses. That's the thing. I mean, in this movie, it's a gypsy curse that terrorizes Alison Lohman in this movie. And gypsy curses have always been interesting to me. I mean, I like that idea of the supernatural just saying, hey, guess what? You pissed off a gypsy and, there's no getting around it. The Wolfman. I mean, the Wolfman wasn't really a gypsy curse. It was a gypsy foretelling. Lon Chaney Jr. bumps into the gypsy woman and she sees the pentagram in his hand. She knows that one of her relations is a wolfman, and that curse will be passed on to him. And she tells him, but he doesn't believe it, And so what happens is the gypsy curse comes true. Drag me to hell, This gypsy, curses Alison Lohman, and she's got to deal with it. And another one that has the same kind of thing, Thinner. The Stephen King book that was adapted into the movie Thinner. Another gypsy thing. I love this idea of curses. Curses are kind of fun to me. It's like, if you really believe in it, then yeah, it's going to happen. I mean, at least this is the way I think of it. If you really believe in it, yeah, it's going to happen. If you really don't put all your effort into believing everything, maybe not. I'm not sure. I mean, I've never pissed off a gypsy, thank God. So this has Justin Long, David Paymer, Reggie Lee, Alison Lohman, and of course, the classic, the 1973 Oldsmobile Cutlass. Now, I was thinking about this when I was watching this movie. I'm thinking, okay, so Sam Raimi makes all these movies, and the Cutlass winds up in a lot of them. Okay, that's not so weird. But what if he's not really making individual films? What if he's making an anthology about the people that own this car and all the bad things that happen to him? Ash owns it in Evil Dead. Bad things happen to him. Ben Parker owns it in Spider-Man. He gets killed. This gypsy woman owns it in Drag Me to Hell. And poor Alison Lohman, well, we know what happens to her. What if it's all about the owners of the car? Just think about that for a second. Of course, I'm just having fun, but I love Sam. I mean, honestly, Sam Raimi knows what he's doing when he makes these movies. And there are certain things you see in Drag Me to Hell where one of the possessed people is doing this type of thing, and you can kind of see that it looks kind of like something Bruce Campbell would have done in like Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness, and I mean that really weird slapsticky type of humor is in there some places, and I don't know, I just like the way Sam Raimi approaches horror. He likes to come at it from a different perspective. Whereas there's a lot of jump scares in this movie, don't get me wrong. And there's a lot of loud sound to get you on the edge of your seat. And for the younger crowd, that might work. And in some cases, it's kind of annoying, but you deal with it. It's Sam Raimi, Sam and Ivan Raimi wrote this movie. Like I said, Al Sloman's in it, David Paymer's in it. I like David Paymer. David Paymer seems to play the weasel character in just about anything he gets into. And Reggie Lee. So no one really knew who Reggie Lee was, when this movie came out. And then he did like 6 years on Grimm, And it's just... And Justin Long. Why isn't Justin Long a more famous person now? It just baffles me. He's made so many movies, since the early 2000s, one of the first big ones I remember him in was Jeepers Creepers. Okay, well that's like 2000, 2001, right? It's now 16 years later, and he's somewhat of a name, but he's not. I figured with as much as he did, and the star power that he had in a lot of the movies he was in, he'd be bigger now, but he's not, and it's really kind of sad. So yeah, that's this day, man. That's 31 Days of Halloween, and this movie has dragged me to hell. Check it out if you like it. Tell me if you like it. If you don't like it, tell me why you don't like it. I just kind of accept it for being a Sam Raimi movie. Always like, subscribe, share, and always comment. I want to hear what you have to say. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman, of course. I'm on the prowl.